Let's talk about the future of SAP FICO. If you're working anywhere near enterprise finance, you already know FICO. It's the absolute bedrock of your operations, right? Financial accounting and controlling. But let's be real, it hasn't exactly been famous for its lightning speed or effortless agility. Well, that historical role is undergoing a massive shift right now. In this explainer, we're diving into how digital transformation is completely flipping the script, turning those clunky legacy systems into dynamic, future-ready financial powerhouses.
Okay, here is our roadmap for today. We'll look at the SAP FICO evolution, the very real challenges of legacy systems, 6 future finance trends, the Rasta Infotech approach, and finally, wrap up with the future of finance.
Section 1. The SAP FICO evolution. For the longest time, SAP FICO was strictly your transactional backbone. You logged the data, you ran the basic reports, you basically just kept the lights on. But look at this shift. The expectation is completely morphed from mere transactional processing into being a hub of strategic financial intelligence. Why? Because in a digital-first economy, executives don't just care about what was spent yesterday, they desperately need to know what to invest in tomorrow. It's no longer about just closing out a month. It's about generating actionable, forward-looking insights that actually drive the business.
Section 2. Challenges and Legacy Systems.
Before we get too excited about the future, we have to look at the bottlenecks holding teams back today. If you're relying on a traditional SAP FICO setup, you feel this friction every single day. First, those legacy systems carry crazy high maintenance costs and just refuse to scale. Then there's manual reporting. You know the drill. Late nights crunching spreadsheets that completely kill your agility. Add in compliance complexity, where regulators are demanding automated audit trails that you simply don't have, plus data silos that fragment your info and wreck your decision-making. It all just culminates in limited analytics. You just can't get predictive insights from a system stuck in the past.
Which brings us to a pretty uncomfortable question. Because of all those deep-seated limitations, are your finance teams actively predicting the future? Or are they hopelessly bogged down just trying to document the past? Think about it. If your best people are spending 80% of their time just hunting down and organizing data, they aren't doing strategic finance. They're just doing administration.
Section 3. 6 future finance trends. Let's see how new tech provides the ultimate relief here.
Trend number 1 is AI-driven finance. This is where machine learning steps in to drastically reduce manual intervention. Think about the most tedious, error-prone tasks your team handles: complex invoice matching, scanning for fraud, anomaly reporting. By automating this stuff, AI doesn't just save countless hours, it practically wipes out human error. It creates an environment that finally frees up your top talent to focus on high-level strategy instead of constantly getting stuck in the weeds. Next up is blockchain integration. Now, I know we hear that buzzword constantly in tech, but when you apply it practically to enterprise finance, it's a real game changer. It creates secure, transparent ledgers that revolutionize how you handle compliance, vendor payments, and intercompany transactions. By creating an unchangeable record of every financial event, you basically eliminate disputes and build absolute trust across your entire ecosystem. Trend 3. Predictive analytics. Remember our question earlier about predicting the future? This is the exact answer. This gives your CFO and finance directors the power to proactively forecast cash flows, model profitability, and assess risk with unbelievable accuracy. You're no longer just reacting to a bad quarter. You are anticipating market shifts before they even happen. It flips finance from playing defense to playing offense. Trend 4 is the massive shift to a cloud-based ERP. Moving your FICO environment to run on something like SAP S/4HANA Cloud gives you immediate global scalability. Plus, and this is huge, you get to shed those wildly expensive on-premise servers and the endless, exhausting maintenance cycles that come with them. You pay for what you use, and the system updates effortlessly. Trend 5 is real-time compliance. Global regulations and tax codes are a universal dread for finance departments, right? Well, real-time compliance takes that dread completely away by automating your audit trails in the background. Whether you're dealing with IFRS, SOX, GST, or whatever new standard pops up, your system ensures seamless adherence. Audit season stops being a frantic nightmare and just becomes a routine process. And finally, Trend 6, hyper-automation. This is the absolute powerhouse combo of RPA, robotic process automation, and artificial intelligence. When you bring these two together, you relentlessly streamline your repetitive finance tasks from start to finish. We're talking virtually zero manual keystrokes, seamlessly guiding data from initial ingestion all the way to final reconciliation.
Section 4. The Rasta Infotech approach. Knowing these trends is one thing, but how do you actually execute them? That's where Rasta Infotech comes in, bringing over 20 years of deep consulting expertise. They rely on 4 distinct pillars to translate raw tech into functional upgrades. First, they use digital transformation roadmaps to make sure your overarching strategy aligns perfectly with the tech adoption. Next, they build automation frameworks, which means actually embedding AI and RPA straight into your accounts payable and receivable. Then, they deploy intuitive analytics dashboards so CFOs have real predictive KPIs. And finally, they institute compliance excellence to guarantee you're always audit-ready.
By pulling together SAP S for HANA, finance, custom AI algorithms, and expert cloud migration, they essentially build a highly reliable bridge from your current legacy headache straight to a streamlined system. It ensures the transition isn't just a simple software update, but a total operational upgrade that future-proofs your financial capabilities for decades.
Section 5. The Future of Finance. Let's look at the ultimate payoff. When organizations fully embrace this AI-driven automation, blockchain trust, and cloud scalability, they reach their true destination. It's a 3-part payoff: absolute financial agility to move at the speed of the market, unshakable compliance excellence, and true digital resilience. With this triad, you simply aren't vulnerable to sudden market shifts anymore because your platform is fundamentally built to adapt. I love this quote from the sources. SAP FICO is evolving into a strategic intelligence hub, a future-ready financial powerhouse. That really hits the nail on the head. Your FICO environment doesn't have to be a dry, slow, cumbersome database anymore. It is actively becoming the strategic brain of your entire operation.
Which leaves us with this final thought as we wrap up. The incredible tools to transform your operations are out there, and the roadmap is clear. So, looking at the reality of AI, cloud computing, and hyperautomation, is your system ready for tomorrow, or is it stuck in yesterday? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I hope it gives you a powerful new perspective on your digital finance journey.